Peace and prosperity, man. It's been a while since I put a video out. I was moving around and shit, trying to get my shit back established, and of course another state. Um, I'm on the East Coast now. But shit, man, there's been a lot of shit going on, as always around this motherfucker. But this little election shit has just got me going crazy. I don't understand how it's so much evidence of voter fraud and a lot of uh, a lot of inconsistencies with the voting. The way people vote and things like that. And there's a lot of evidence out there that suggests there is definitely some foul play. Okay, there's evidence of ballots that was stolen and trying to get discarded. There's evidence of ballots on camera being burned. There's evidence in the post office of these ballots being tossed around, disposed, or discarded in certain kind of ways. But as far as my research goes, which I go hard with the research, President Trump has actually put a watermark on the goddamn ballots because he knew that it was going to be some foul play involved. And if you don't know what a watermark is an encrypted code that can be placed on a document or any kind of parcel or anything, period. You could put a watermark on your ass. And if they get to trying to track that watermark down, what's going to happen is they can track it down and see where it's at, where it went. Henceforth is the reason why the ballots that has been discarded or allegedly trying to get discarded has been found, and they're being found all over the place. And that's why Donald Trump is actually he has actually put military forces out there to go and retrieve these ballots that has been tracked through the watermark that he put on there. And I've been informed that it's a very hard code to decipher. So it ain't, and nobody knew that. Nobody knew that he already had a way to track down shit that he knew y'all was gonna do in the first place. So when it all comes to light, it's gonna be some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some shit. But I said that to say a lot of shit is going down that we not paying attention to. And I'm sorry, black people. I just want to let y'all know that I know y'all think that we probably need somebody else in the White House, and we want somebody that's going to be in there for us as the people. But if you do your research on these people that you claim that you want to be in your corner, you will understand that these are the people that you really don't want in your corner. Kamala Harris, no. She's a fucking known pedophile or assistance of pedophilia all over the place. She did not want to prosecute these Catholic churches and Catholic big money wig priests that got this money. She didn't want to prosecute none of them because they gave her a whole bunch of money. And over 50 of the biggest cities in America had already put out that the bitch was out of pocket. And no, that these Catholic priests are out of pocket. She didn't want to put the shit out there. She just ignored it because, of course, they paid her out. She's paid opposition. And as far as black people is concerned, especially my black women, Kamala Harris is not even a black woman. She's very much a Dravidian white person mixed. And they say her dad is from Jamaica or whatever, but he's not no black Jamaican. He's a white person that speaks Jamaican, and he grew up in Jamaica. Just like if I was my parents moved me to Australia or fucking Europe when I was little, that's what I would speak. I would be a black man still, DNA wise, that speak fucking British or English. I mean British or whatever the fuck, German or some shit like that. Or say I grew up in fucking Puerto Rico, I would still be a nigga that could speak Spanish or the equivalent of Puerto Rican vernacular of the Spanish language. Now we still got to realize that the president elect is not the fucking president yet. He's not there yet because of this ongoing investigation that Trump has put out there. And since he knows that he can paper trail everything as far as where those invalid ballots or discarded ballots are ending up and turning up, they everybody's like in awe. Like I remember when they was what was that, awe and shock and awe was when I think that was when the fucking the trade towers was hit. They was calling it shock and awe. Shock and awe was another way of saying inside job to me, because we found out that was an inside job too. Now we live in a motherfucking country right now where crime is put on a pedestal. And speaking of pedestal, I could say pedophilia is like the natural thing too now. I wouldn't be surprised if after Kamala and Biden alleged or so-called may or may not make it in office, if they did, I guarantee you that law is gonna be passed where you can fuck a 10-year-old and you won't get in no trouble. I mean, if you look at all the religion books, the Quran, the Holy Bible, and even the Talmud or the Torah, and even in Hinduism, and even in the Kush, uh, uh, these different Indian religions, and as far as these different Arabic, and Eastern religions, especially Western philosophy religions, are definitely formed around being able to date or have sex or court young kids. I mean, young is like 3, 4, 5 years old. So that's where they going with it, and that's why Kamala Harris did not go forth as far as prosecuting these Catholic priests elites, because they definitely put some money in her campaign. And if you look up her background, and as far as her, she got a sister that was also involved in pedophilia, or at least visited the island. The island has a list of everybody that been out there. She's one of them, the sister of Kamala Harris. Now, if your sister is involved in that shit, what the fuck are you doing? Y'all still homies, right? Y'all still close, right? So that means that at the end of the day, you fucking condone this shit. That's what I would think. You condone it. If you didn't condone it, you would arrest that bitch. If my brother was involved in some bullshit like that, I would either do one or two things. I would separate myself, especially if I'm in a platform where I'm in like political office. I mean, even I ain't in none of that. But if I found out my brother was fucking somebody baby, I would probably kill him my motherfucking self. You feel me? Especially if it was one of my babies, bitch, I would kill you. You feel me? So ain't no way in the world I can have a brother that was involved in it and I wouldn't know about it. Especially in this hierarchy of motherfucking, the hierarchy and stature of which these people operate in. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't no way in the world. Look, if the motherfuckers know that you was on the list for Epstein Island, or or whoever the fuck, because Joe Biden got an island too. He got one too, with kids on the bed. You can come over there and pick whatever kid you want, fuck whatever kid you want, and do whatever the fuck you want on these islands, because these motherfuckers got paid. They got paid opposition to make sure that you can't come over there and bother them or even do investigation unless you a fucking whistleblower. You got enough money to sneak over there. Half the time, if you do got enough money to be doing that shit, you're probably involved in it anyway. So, I mean, that's what these white people do. They don't trade drugs. They do drugs and all that shit too. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers that with a lot of bread, you know what they want to do? They want to trade kids off. It's not like these motherfuckers fuck animals and shit. These motherfuckers do the weirdest shit that you can do when you got too much money. And it used to be like, say a black, say me, okay? And we just speaking hypothetically here. Say I got a hold of $50 million, okay? Now that money would turn me into a different person. Obviously, I would obviously have to take more security precautions. I would obviously have to be more careful about my investments. I would obviously have to make sure that I don't get sued by motherfuckers that want a piece of the pie when they find out that I do got a $50 million bag in this bitch. And I will also have to make sure that I will hire certain people to make sure that if I did anything goofy or illegal, that I can get off without a hitch. I would pay motherfuckers to make sure that it ain't no different than this. I remember back in the day when I was involved in certain illegal activity. I ain't gonna even be frank about it. I'm just gonna say illegal activity. And I had other people involved into it too. And we had prepaid lawyers, motherfucker. So that means that if I could pay to keep myself out of jail as long as I can, because motherfuckers still got locked the fuck up because that shit don't mean nothing no way, because you ain't over that bracket. But what I'm saying is, if I was over that bracket of stature, which I'm talking about, I'm talking about millions and millions of dollars, these motherfuckers got billions of dollars. They got it, motherfucker. If you can go and get a fucking island, and then you can go order kids, cause they ordering these motherfuckers. They got people that are going kidnap these kids from these third world countries, these impoverished countries where they not even caring about their kids, or they do care about their kids, but they would rather eat because they're so impoverished that they can't even get a proper fucking meal. They sell their kids. They will. They'll rent the motherfuckers out. They'll even tell the motherfuckers, go on, take them. We make another motherfucker. And y'all can come back next year and get this motherfucker. I mean, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. And it's nasty. And it's grimy. And it's straight satanic. And this is what these motherfuckers is doing. So we gotta watch our environment and the people that surround us more so than everybody else on the fucking planet. And you know what pisses me off is that it seems like niggas is the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. We the ones that don't know shit. We don't research. We don't read. We don't watch. I mean, I would say watch the news, but the motherfuckers can't be trusted neither. But not only that, if you heard on the news, you take it for fucking law, and you don't even go and look up and see uh what's real and what's not. You just take it. You just take it for law. And a lot of shit that's going on. Excuse me. A lot of shit that's going on could be prevented had we been a little bit more informed or a little bit more research. Excuse me, on what the fuck is really happening. I got the hiccups like a motherfucker. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, family. This shit is right here. You know what? This shit ain't new. What they doing right now is systematic, and what they doing systematically is trying to turn United States and other countries too, because we can go to Australia and talk about the pedophilia rates over there is really high. It's like in a 90 percentile rate. So 90% of the kids over there is getting fucked by grown people. And then, I mean, and it's all over the world too, but we're going to talk about America. America has been dealing with this shit for years too, but it's always been swept under the rug. But now, you talking about 1 million kids every year coming up missing. And nobody act like they don't know that. And black people specifically act like, I don't know if you acting like it. I hope you acting like it. Because you cannot have You cannot be versed in this type of shit and still act like you don't see it. When you vote for fucking Biden and Kamala Harris, you a stupid motherfucker. Because you didn't do no evidence on it. You want your kids to get right. You know what? Them bitches get in office, you might as well just go ahead and sell your kids to them. Sell them. Because they finna come get them bitches. You feel me? We the most uninformed motherfuckers on the goddamn planet. Worldwide. You got people in Africa right now preaching and acting like they fucking Jesus recipients. And that fuck in Africa. We done forgot all about our whole African heritage in a lot of places over there, and they recolonizing that motherfucker. Not only did you get colonized by the Arabs, and then recolonized again by the goddamn different denominations of Europeans. Now your bitch ass isn't colonized by some goddamn Asians, China, and all these motherfuckers. When you gonna stop being a bitch? When you gonna stop being a bitch? You just gonna let them motherfuckers keep doing you? You gonna let them motherfuckers keep eating and raping your kids? And then they gonna they eating your dumb ass right now. They can't wait to, man, get the fuck out of here. When your ass go to the hospital and you sign them waivers to give the motherfuckers your organs and shit, all you doing is giving them power so that they can continue to beat your motherfucking ass. When you sign papers that say you black, and instead of saying over here in America that you a Native American, you giving them more power. And black people don't realize that, motherfucker. If you get that paper, that shit say you white, Hispanic, American Indian, or Native American, bitch, that's what you supposed to put. You supposed to put a Native American. We was over here when they first got the fuck over here. Half you niggas your ancestors was already over here. Yeah, we got African descent and all that shit, but bitch, a lot of you motherfuckers, y'all people didn't even come from over there. They was already over here. They was already over here. Indigo means, there's the root word for Indian, and then them Indians, the Indians over here got it twisted when these different Europeans start signing up as motherfucking Indians and Mexicans. And so now you got what they call the $5 Indian taking motherfucking what's the word I'm looking for? Taking the props for being what was already over here, the indigenous people, the indigos. And now we put up with, we still get put at the bottom of the barrel every time. Every time motherfuckers sign a paper and say they, if motherfucker had say the whole world was like, fuck it, let's give all black people from, all black people that's from that have ancestral DNA or genetics from goddamn Africa and all over the world, we gonna give them a whole bunch of money back so they can start their own shit and get their shit together. Don't you know that these motherfucking Europeans and some of these Arabs and some of these goddamn communist China motherfuckers have a place where you can go sign up and say you black, and these motherfuckers won't be black? Look at Kamala Harris. The bitch ain't black, but she listened to Tupac. She's the black vice president. The bitch not even black, but you motherfuckers voted for her because it looked good. Man, y'all better get off that bitch dick, because she gonna kill y'all niggas, man. I'm gonna end this video and let y'all know, man, I'm gonna be back in a minute. I'm still working on a lot of shit, and I just wanted to put that out there. You niggas that voted for Biden, you fucked up. And if that motherfucker get in office, I want to see how you niggas react when that bitch don't do shit for y'all. When he mandate these vaccines and your punk ass gotta take them, and then y'all niggas really come up sick, just know that you voted for the shit. Just know that you voted for a bitch that been locking up niggas for a long time for little ass shit like weed and gun charges and shit like that. But on the contrary, these motherfuckers is trafficking kids. They fucking kids. They eating kids. They doing treasonous shit between different countries and accepting money and all this shit and doing the weirdest shit in the goddamn world. And you motherfuckers thought that was the shit. Well, We'll see how that fucking goes down, man. Trump for president, bitch ass niggas.